evening, everyone. This is Stephen Gaither, aka the Fly Young Intellectual, coming to you here on October 15th, 2012. So we're about 3 weeks out of the presidential election for 2012. Just want to talk to you guys about something that, well, the election. But there are many election videos out right now, but this is something that's near and dear to my heart, and I think a lot of people might benefit from hearing it. I want to talk about the hypocrisy of the Evangelical Christian Church as it relates to the 2012 election. Um, just to be really brief and quick, kind of what gives me some authority on this, I think, is that I spent for most of my 20 plus years in evangelical churches. Mostly Caucasian conservative churches, are definitely anti-abortion, anti homosexuality, especially gay marriage now. So those are the two big things. I even went to a private school that was sponsored by one of these churches in my early years, so I'm pretty familiar with their theology. But just to be brief, I just want to talk about some inconsistencies that I've witnessed myself, as well as members of our family that are still attending these churches are noticing, and hopefully it'll shed some light for some people. So actually, I just got through watching a video on CNN. Well, I just got through watching CNN. Pierce Morgan had Franklin Graham, son of Billy Graham, on his show, and he was talking about Mormonism and Mitt Romney. All my life, I was raised in the Evangelical Christian Church, which Franklin Graham is a part of. That Mormons are not evangelical Christians. They're not mainstream Christians. If they make it into heaven, it'll be by the seat of their pants. Something to that effect. Um, so, you have this quandary here where you have Barack Obama saying he is a Christian. You have Mitt Romney saying that he's a Mormon. And if you are not political and religion don't mesh with you, then that's probably not an issue for you. But when you got a guy like Franklin Graham who marries theology and politics, it's kind of hypocritical to say, okay, yes, we vote Christianity, we vote the Bible. Then you have a Christian and a what you deem as a non-Christian, and then now you want to say, hey, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Funny thing was, Pierce was just asking him whether Mitt Romney was a Christian. Now, a couple months back, he famously said that he didn't think Barack Obama was a Christian, only to later eat his words. And so now, when Pierce is asking him whether or not Mitt Romney is a Christian, he would not say whether he was. Which was kind of funny to me. So that's a little bit of that hypocrisy that I'm talking about. The other thing is something that I witnessed, and that is when I was going to these evangelical churches during the Bush years. All they talked about was, hey, you know what? Let's pray for our president. Pray for him for wisdom, that he'll, lead the country where we need to go. All that's great and beautiful. That's what you think a church should do. But it appears that since Barack Obama has become the president, even at that same church and other churches, they have shied away from saying pray for our president, and now saying let's pray for our leaders, which are basically says to me, hey, this, this guy is not sent here by God, and so you don't have to listen to him. But when our guy's in, hey, he's sent here by God, you better listen. All that, and to that point, and I'll bring it home here. The third thing is in Romans. Just to give you a little bit of the Bible, because that's what evangelicals believe, the Bible. So in Romans 13, chapter 13, verse 1 through 3, it says, yeah, I'm a little dusty with it, so you'll have to forgive me. But it says, everyone must submit themselves to governing authorities, for there is no authority established except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God. Consequently, he who rebels against what the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment on themselves. Hey, that's not me, that's the Bible. So what you have here is a segment of people who have been preaching for years, vote with Christianity, vote for the Christian, and that Mormonism is not Christianity. Now, hey, you know what? He shares our values, so it really doesn't matter. We have to work with people outside of our Christianity. That's what they're saying now. Also, like I say, when it's our president, yeah, you better pray for him because God put him there, and if not, you're against God. But man, it's the other guy, hey, you know what? Hey, you don't really have to pray for the president. We can bend the rules here. I know what it says, but I mean, hey, he's against, he's for gay marriage. You know what I mean? It's I mean, that's not hypocrisy. What is it? So hopefully, I'm gonna keep it short, but hopefully this video kind of opened the eyes of some people who may or not have been exposed to it, and maybe it'll have some people thinking differently. I know I have family members that are in this evangelical church, but they're perceptive and they see these things, and it's really troubling to them. So hopefully, I hope it brings light to them from a former evangelical saying, you know what, hey, use your head, be cognizant, and just don't allow yourself to be manipulated. It's very easy, when you trust people on a certain level, you don't want to see that they will lead you the wrong way, but I mean, it's definitely hypocrisy in my view. So this has been Flying Intellectual. Hope you guys have a great evening. Do some thinking, and most importantly, go out and vote. Early voting starts, be on it. In North Carolina, President Obama's down by 2 points. We definitely can get that win again, but everyone's got to show out to the polls. So I'm out.